Good afternoon, folks. It's good to see all of you. I missed you a little bit because I didn't do one last week, and so we're on this week. Today is Sunday, April 14th, 2019, and this is going to be feed number 37. Number 37, can you believe it? We're almost at 50. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this quote that my pua sent to me. And here it is. I love it. It says this: the faith that allows you to see God's hand in your life when it all works out is the same faith that allows you to see his hand when it doesn't. One more time, yeah. The faith that allows you to see God's hand in your life when it all works out is the same faith that allows you to see his hand when it doesn't. It's been a really awesome week, or beyond. And I am going to try to keep this concise, but I'm going through a really big, heavy duty lesson. One of those kind of times in your life when you come to a head and it's a super profound, critical, not just critical lesson, but which direction you take will literally make all the difference. Okay, I'm in that place. And so there's a lot of interesting factors that are playing into this place that I'm at, and it's kind of amazing. So anyways, with that said, for those of you who know me, I hate fake. I don't want to pretend to be something I'm not. And I disagree with fake. But I'm not the most graceful person publicly when I'm struggling. And I have a rough time with that sometimes. My first instinct is to withdraw and to go inside and to become an introvert. And so, Pua, bless her heart, I love this woman. She says to me this past week, "Are you backpedaling on your feeds?" And I had to smile and do a little giggle because I just took out Wednesdays, right? And I laughed and I said, "I am." And she hit it spot on. And she said, "Don't do that, because that would be one of the worst things you could do for yourself right now." And I was thinking it could be one of the best things I could do for myself right now, and others for that matter. But she knows me well, sometimes better than I know myself, and I take her words profoundly. And so I've applied it. And so for that, I will persist on with this feed journey. Anyways, to make everything as concise as possible, a while ago, a little more than a year ago, I started getting whisperings and impressions. And so I started to keep this. Guess what this is? This is my Revelations journal. Before President Nelson even asked us to keep a Revelations journal, blah, 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 I had to pick up just a regular composition book. And of course it's pink, because, pink is my signature color, because things were coming to me kind of fast and a lot. And so I knew they were things that I needed to be writing down. And so I did. I started to write in them. And even there's moments, where it's full, or it's nicely moving along, or there's nothing, or there's too much, or whatever. This past week has been lots of stuff in a really short time. Kind of those moments I get really emotional. So I'm like, oh, I think this stuff's important. So I start writing it all down. Okay, so here's what I want to share with you today. For sure, I have an objective, okay? This is the objective. To not be irreverent about this particular lesson, I'm going to try my hardest, because for a lot of my life, I kind of mocked this particular lesson in the Old Testament, and then I learned this lesson in a real significant way yesterday, as a matter of fact, specifically. Okay, in the Old Testament, when Moses is leading the Israelites to the Promised Land and doing their thing, right? There's a moment as part of their challenges where God sends fiery serpents to attack them, to bite them, and some eventually will die from being bit by these fiery serpents. They hated it. It's like looking at, I don't know, consider something terrifying in your life, and you're getting attacked by it and continuously, and it just brings you pain, death, despair, and everything that comes with that. Okay, well, the Israelites were in that position, fiery serpents. So they tell Moses, we're sorry. They came because we know that we were complaining against you and against God, and we're sorry. Can you please ask him to take the fiery serpents away? And so Moses does. And what does God do? He takes them away. But here's how he takes them away. He tells Moses to make a fiery serpent, or a serpent out of brass. And so for anybody who gets bit from that point that he's made this brass serpent, for anybody who gets bit by one of those serpents, the Lord tells Moses to tell them, all you have to do to get healed and to be protected, look at the serpent. Look at the brass serpent. The serpent or image that has been attacking you, look to that for help, to stop. I hope you're making these connections. For most of my life, that was really funny to me. I saw that as super humorous from Heavenly Father. I know he didn't mean it that way, but it was really funny to me. It's not funny. It's actually beyond funny. I mean, it is funny, but not the way I learned it. It takes a degree of humility, basically to suck it up, look to that thing that is hurting you and causing you pain and death to save you. Ponder on that. And that was quite the takeaway for me yesterday. Here's yesterday. Well, no, I'm sorry. This is just today. There's a peek. Hey, there's today. I'm talking about Revelations, okay? Yesterday, 3 pages. Like this, 3 pages. Sometimes I can't keep up with the man upstairs. There's too much in such a short amount of time. Anyways, 3 pages. Look to the serpent and be saved. Okay, so here's what I want to share with you today. Here's my thoughts. All right. Yep. So when you're given that choice, because you'll get that choice. I'm pretty sure it depends where you want to end up, of course. But if you want to end up in someplace good, I'm going to predict that your lessons are going to get heavy duty, if not already. And when they're heavy duty, if not already, my question to you is this. Where do you look? Where do you look for help? What do you do? What do you do when you're getting sucked into that big, black, dark hole and you feel like nothing can pull you up, and everywhere you look is dark and black, and you cannot breathe, and you don't know how you're going to get to that next moment? What do you do? It's overwhelming. And I know, yes, there's the faith thing, the fear thing, that whole thing. When you're enveloped in that, what do you do? Sometimes, for me personally, I have to go through a sequence of events that will bring me to sufficient humility. This is one of those times. I'm not going to share my big lesson that I'm going through right now, but I will eventually, I'm sure, but just not right now. I'm not one of those people who like to splat it out there and have this complaining, sharing thing. No. Take another perspective. And my perspective is this. When in that hole, are you looking to see if there's a lesson and what the lesson is? Are you asking the right questions? Because I've learned to do that. I'm still getting good at this stuff. I'm so terrible at it all. But anyways, so when you do, and he sends you those answers, sometimes the answers, as we all know, do not look like what you expected or predicted they would look like. And like I said, he usually will need to take me through a sequence of events that will bring me to sufficient humility. And then I will really start to see things. And so, like I said, this lesson that I'm in, this is but a step in this lesson. This is a really big lesson for me. But the step that was really beautiful was that serpent story right there, because I connected with it years ago. He used it again in my life, and I saw it in a completely different way. And here's how I saw that, guys. Humbly, I was in a position, all I could do was ask for help, and that's it. I just need help. I don't care what or how or what. I just need help. And I'm not very good at asking for help. Definitely not with any of you, and you all know that. And last of all, Heavenly Father sometimes. But I couldn't go anywhere else. Where I felt I couldn't go anywhere else, there was nothing else. And all I could do, literally, that was all my prayer. I need help. I need help. I don't know what's going to happen, and I just need help. And then he sent me the most unorthodox tool I could ever imagine. And not just one, but several. It went like this, ding, 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 tiny, sweet little tender mercies, and then a doozy. And then I was like, oh, look at what, okay. And if he's going to send me help like that, I'm this humble. I will take it. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to try to mix it up to make it look like something I expected. Anyway, he's going to hand me that help in any form. I finally arrived to a place where I will say, I take it. I will look. I take it. Why? Because I need to get out and start moving forward. I don't like this place. Let's move it. And that's my lesson for you today. I don't know if that's going to make sense. It's just going like this for me. And pretty much that's it. So let me just revisit this beautiful text that I absolutely love, that comes from a woman that I absolutely adore. One more time, guys, one more time. The faith that allows you to see God's hand in your life when it all works out is the same faith that allows you to see his hand when it doesn't. Love that. It's easy sometimes, yeah? See his hand when it's all working out and it feels really great. And when it's really, really hard and brutal, yeah, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Is it that same hand? It is exactly the same hand. He knows us better than we know ourselves. He knows what we need to get to where we want to get to. And that's the question. There's a little video that I'm going to post up on my page later. I love it. It's beautiful. It's really short. If you get some time, if you haven't seen it, just jump on a page later tonight and look for it. But I want to try to put it up on my page. It's it's the Easter one, Because of Him. I love it. It's like 2 minutes long or something like that. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. And I'm back. I'm in momentum. I'm moving. Love you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. Okay. Love you guys. And I will go back to Wednesdays too. Yes. Maybe not this Wednesday, but definitely Wednesdays. Anyways, you guys have a really wonderful Sabbath. Well, I'm going to be seeing you real soon. Okay. Love you guys and stay tuned.